Hello and welcome to another 6 Stages Gaming video. Today I have for you some super exciting news. If you're on Facebook or if you're on our fan page, you probably have already heard about this, but I needed to make this video just so everybody knows about it. The game creator came out, sent us this tweet. You can track it down on Twitter still, saying that organized play for Final Fantasy is going to start, and this is absolutely huge news. Now it does say early March or mid-March, and it's the 7th as we're recording this, and it's more likely to come during Opus 2. I know there's going to be a lot of questions. Naturally, people are asking me, well, how do I sign up? How does a store become official? Honestly, this is the first time that at least I'm aware of in all the different games I've been playing. The Bushiroad games, Kaijudo, Force Will, Magic. Play pretty much everything except Yu-Gi-Oh! In the States. This is probably going to be the first time that we see GTS or one distributor having exclusivity with the game, and there's pros and cons of this. The pros are that it's very centralized, so it's very easily for Square Enix Japan, which is the headquarters for this game, even though there's a UK team, to distribute the promos, send it to one place, have them then worry about distributing to the rest of the United States, and that's great news. The cons are quite clear that not everyone has a GTS account, and this is to the business owners out there. Very straightforward. It's very easy to set up an account, and if you put this in your store, especially once organized play starts, it's going to sell itself. We've seen this countless times where people get in stock, it's sold out within the weekend. I mean, that's what we saw in Michigan. I've had some reports from other states that have the same exact luck, and it's going to be absolutely insane once this starts getting to roll. So all things considered, we have Opus 2 to look forward to at the end of the month, and we have organized play starting. I mean, this is super exciting news, and I think that the summer is going to be an amazing time to be playing the Final Fantasy trading card game. You guys might be wondering, what are the promos? Now 001 and 003, I do have the second promo as well that was recently announced on their Opus Tour finale, and there's still details about how we're going to get that, so that's a little bit coming down the road. But stores are going to be starting with the Sephiroth promo, which I have here for you. And I gotta say, as you guys know, my favorite sleeves that I own are the black. They're technically Advent Children one-winged angel sleeves. They're kind of the one of the rarest sleeves that they have out there, because it was a promotional event that they had like 5 years ago, and I had to buy the sleeves used just because I wanted to have them. And Sephiroth is one of my favorite at least villains. I know it's kind of a easy one or a cop-out to pick, but that really strictly comes from Dissidia, and his long sword style is absolutely amazing in that game. As a side note, can't wait to get that in the United States, hopefully sometime this year. But let's talk about the card itself. It's a 4-drop 8K, so it's okay stats. It's not groundbreaking by any means. And then Hell's Gate, pay 2, discard another copy of the same name, choose one backup and break it. Honestly, if we're considering that the no backup Golbez is still a large part of the meta, and this card is dark, so you can't discard a crystal point for it, you have to run 3 of these in your deck for the effect, but you also can't discard them for crystal points. So drawing 2 of these in the same turn, or having it just stuck in your hand for a number of turns, is going to be very bad for you. And then on top of that, it doesn't have any other stats. It's not a good spot to be. In the UK and also in Japan, where this promo is widely available, no one is really playing it, so this is mostly going to be a collector's roll. I'm personally looking forward to having 3 of them, strictly because I love the artwork of it, and I think it's going to be, I just want to collect all the promos, so yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get my hands on it. But ultimately, if you can't pick up this card, I wouldn't really stress about it. It's nothing to really write home about, and see that you're going to be jamming 3 into a deck. Up next, we finally saw the 003 promo, or Lightning, which was absolutely great by comparison. Now, knowing what we know about Opus 2, this card does certainly take a hit in overall playability, but overall it's still a fairly strong card. It's a 5-drop 9K, but Legion of 1, which, first off, you don't have to doll to activate it, so you can use it immediately on your turn if you need to, and that's relevant because Lightning gains First Strike. First Strike on a 9K, as we've seen in this game, is absurdly strong stats to have, and unless they have like a Golem or a Kefka, a lot of these battle tricks that are often in Earth, or if they have Sylph, I believe it is in Wind, also gives plus 1,000. And of course, there's more cards coming in Opus 2, but a 9K First Strike is an absolutely wonderful spot to be in. And this is also good on attacking because you can make your opponent think that they're going to get a block in and be fine, where then you get to give it first strike and then activate it. And it's also good on defense because you can attack with this. Let's say they didn't block. They can try to get in point of damage on the crackback. You simply activate Legion of One, activate Lightning, give it first strike, and kill whatever that they're trying to attack with. And again, that first strike lasts until end of turn, so that's probably going to wall off your opponent's entire turn. I really wish it would have been just a special cost because it is a 5-drop. It doesn't have any other effects. But again, it's certainly a playable card. You know, if this had a rarity other than promo, it's almost certainly be hero, rare or hero at least. But it takes you to build the deck. You can, you know, we have Mog as a tutor, so that helps out a lot as well. There's certainly things that we can be doing in the deck that can push us in that direction to make this card really shine. Now, the card that was revealed on the Opus stream, which I am super excited for. I mean, this artwork, whoo! Dirge of Cerberus, and if you guys seen the, I think it's the Legend version of it that also has the Dirge of Cerberus artwork, this is insane. Now, I grabbed kind of the best photo that I could for it, and it's a little bit rough, unfortunately, but 3-drop 7k, great aggressive spot to be, and then Limit Break. Okay, Square Enix, let's take a moment. Come on. Could have been named anything else. But generic Limit Break, until end of turn, gains plus 5,000 power. Already insane at that. And then first strike and Brave. So the interesting thing about this card is that you'll almost always want to activate it before you declare attacker because he gains Brave. And then because you're playing Earth, you can play like Golem and what have you on defense. So you still have a battle or a combat trick. There will be some cases where you want to attack with it and your opponent's just going to try to block with a 9k, maybe force you to have something. Often that's going to be a very bad position for the blocker to be in because you're already running Golem. You already have all these other effects that buff him, plus you're saying you could have a limit break, so that's just increasing the probability that you have a combat trick with them. It's not a good spot for your opponent to be in. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic between this and the legendary. I forget what the rare Vincent does. I still haven't looked at a lot of the Opus 2 spoilers simply because I haven't had time. I do apologize for that. But I would not at all be surprised if this card sees play. Again, considering that it is a 3-drop 7k, so the stats are fine in that regard. It has a special Limit Break, and it fits well into an aggressive curve. And keeping in mind with what we saw Lightning and some of the other really good 5 and 6 drops that are coming out in Opus 2, cards like Vayne and cards like Alexander, the things that punish 5 and above, are going to start to see a lot more play, and I expect to see those, you know, tick up in playability overall as the meta settles out for Opus 2. But having a card like this absolutely lets you get under those cards, has a great limit break, and allows you to trade up. Overall, I can 100% see this card, or expect this card to see play at a number of different aggro Earth decks specifically. I'm hesitant to say it's going to go in the more mid-range build. Certainly that limit break is still a good effect, but I think in the aggressive build, it's absolutely fine. And then lastly, for a special treat, we got this from Square Enix Products North America page directly. Now, as you guys know, we've been just hounding on Square Enix, the North American group and the European group, in terms of just where's the product, what's happening with organized play. And long story short, this text is going to say that, hey, we know what happened with Opus 1. We apologize. We've made sure that we have at least increased the amount of Opus 2. Now, here's the thing. They get their pre-orders, you know, months before Opus 2 gets launched. And a lot of stores most likely missed the window to pre-order. So they're still going to fill that pre-order number. So I'm sure they have those numbers and well taken care of. And then they're going to print some extra amount. Now, is it going to be enough? Who knows? Is it going to be more than Opus 1 on release? I can guarantee it. Square Enix is very clearly, between this message that we personally got, between what we've seen on Twitter and their Facebook page, they're very much interested in making sure that this stock issue gets sorted out very quickly. And again, we are super excited to see that things are going very, very well. And right now, the rumor is, or at least what we expect to, as it says here, is mid-April for what people are calling Wave 3, which might not do it justice in the sense that people are comparing it to Wave 1 and Wave 2. I would fully expect Wave 3 to be as big as Wave 1 and Wave 2 combined. Obviously, that's to be determined. But between the end of March and the end of April, that 1 month time span, we're getting Opus 2, we're getting Wave 3 of Opus 1, we're getting organized play, people can go to their shops and get these promos. I think it's going to be an amazing time to be playing this game. So again, guys, I wanted to make this video just to spread the word in case your friends were like, oh, let me know when organized play starts. Show them this video, show them this link, show them this message that we got. They're very clear on pushing this game and making sure that we're getting the product, we're getting the promos. And if you guys haven't seen the other word of it, there's regionals and world events confirmed. We're just waiting to get the details, and I have to check back with the Italy group. They've hinted at a European tournament, which could be their regional. We don't know exactly how that's going to work out, which is then going to feed into Worlds. And we do know that those are slated to come to the United States as well. We've kind of been under the impression that we'd expect to see something between Opus 2 and Opus 3 because the game was originally supposed to come out around that time anyways in the United States, and they rushed it for us, so we got it, and here we are, today. But I really think that this is going to be an amazing summer for the Final Fantasy trading card game. So that's all I have for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts about what kind of product you'd like to see. Are your stores already pre-ordered for Opus 2? Have they heard about Opus 1 Wave 3? Let us know in the comments down below. And again, if you haven't talked to them, make sure you hit up your local game shop. Let them know you're interested in playing this game. If you go, listen, here's my money, I'll pay for these boxes up front, I guarantee you a business owner is going to go through the trouble of being able to get those boxes for you. Again, now if they're still shaky on the pre-order numbers, they might not. But what we're seeing in this message and what we're hearing, at least from the company, Wave 3 should be solid for Opus 1 and should get a lot more boxes in people's hands. So that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for future videos, and we'll catch you on the next 6 Sages Gaming video. Have a good one.